Why? Because they're the easiest to victimize. So when you look at predators, they pick easy prey or what they perceive as easy prey. They don't want fair fights. I would sit across people in the room who did like really horrific crimes against kids, and you would look at them and you're like, you? I could eat you for lunch. A lot of times too, we build up people in our heads and we think like they're these like high apex individuals. They're not. They prey on people weaker than themselves. And why? It makes them feel stronger and better, more powerful. Why do you need to do that? Because you feel weak. That's why you do that. That's why you bully. That's why you push. Because you feel a void and you look to fill that void by taking from other people. And that's what makes you feel strong. All these predators, I never sat across from anybody, to include terrorists. I never sat across anyone and I was just like, oh, this guy's scary. Never. I'm shocked actually as I say it. I have never to this day sat across someone where I'm like, oof, not once. Everybody, I'd walk in and I'm like, you? In my head, of course, the inside voice. I'm like, you did this? And so I guess like bullies, like I think sometimes we unfortunately give them more weight and gravitas than they really are. Weakness all the way through.
With that in mind, how do I stop myself becoming prey to a predator?
You stop acting like prey. So the one thing you're not going to be is, it depends who it is. First of all, if it's personal relationships, you have to set the intention of the relationship from the beginning, how you want it to go. So let's do work. Work is an easy one. I'm not there to be your friend. I can be friendly, but I'm not going to be your friend. I'm not there to be super nice to you or super sweet or super kind. Like, I can be warm, I can be respectful, I can be compassionate. I can be those things, but I got to bring the right version of me to a work environment because then I set the tone of like, well, is Evie my friend or is Evie my boss? Like, what am I dealing with here? Like, always keep that level of professionalism. Always. And I make a point to do it because then it just becomes really awkward if people are your friends. Can you balance a relationship like that? You just got to be really, 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 really good. But like, don't come in and like literally like make yourself a doormat or like overextend to the point, because the more you overextend, even a good person is going to be like, oh, that's just how she is. Or that's how he is. They get used to being like that. And people like being catered to. They like feeling like they're above. And so now you create this role dynamic of I'm subservient and you're here. So you want to make sure that no matter how excited you are to work with someone or be with someone, that you don't create this disproportionate thing. Like the seesaw. You want to keep the seesaw level. It'll go up and down. But you want to make sure that you, because you will do it. Everybody assesses everybody. Everybody sizes people up. They do it intuitively. People meet you, they size you up. Oh, he seems like this. She seems like that. She seems like she's going to be this way. Project what you want them to feel. I'm here, I'm warm, I'm open. I'm happy to be here again. Thank you for having me. Let's talk. But at the same time, you can also think about how you sit, how you carry yourself, your voice, your tone. All these things play alone together. I know people talk about body language. It does play a role in the fact that, look, something as simple as when you go to meetings. Are you in the meeting and you're like this, you're small, maybe you got your phone out, right? What am I doing? I'm making myself small. My hands aren't on the table because I don't think I'm worth putting my hands on the table, right? I want to literally make myself disappear. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm going to maybe sit like this with my thing here, right? So this is telling you a story about me. It is. So it's a really subtle way to be like, why don't I sit with purpose? I'm going to sit like this. I'm going to have my arms out. I'm going to have my shoulders back. Something as simple as just my posture means something. There's a study actually done. New York City, they put up cameras years ago, and they started recording people walking in New York City. Then they took the footage and they played it to convicted felons in prison. And they said to them, who would you pick as prey? They all picked the same people to prey on. All the same people, just by walk. There were 3 types of walk they found out. One walk was, I'm walking, I'm sloppy. I'm not paying attention. I'm just like in my own space. I have really no deliberate purpose in the way I'm moving my body. Target. Easy prey. Other easy prey. My walk is small. I'm more timid. I'm kind of like not comfortable. I'm like paying attention. Easy prey. Those two, bar none, were picked. You know who they didn't pick? The walk wasn't too sloppy big. It wasn't too small. It was right in the middle. And it's deliberate. I'm in control of my body. I'm looking around. I'm present. I own my space. That person I want nothing to do with. Those group of people were not picked to be targets. So we exude vibes, energy, all that stuff. But even this tool that we don't pay attention to, our body, think about how you use it to portray yourself when you're out there.